Minecraft is a game full of mobs. And a couple of years ago, I trapped them all. But now, keeping them in a cage for all eternity just isn't enough. Now, I want to build statues of every single one. Some of them will be easy and small, like a chicken. And some are going to be much, much harder, like a wither or ender dragon, because they're just so big. And I've decided that when it comes to the warden, having one in a cage down here just isn't enough. So I'm going to trap another one inside its statue. Yeah, I hope I don't nearly die like last time. Snap. Now, the chicken that I just built didn't take very many blocks at all. 340 to be exact, but if I'm going to build all 78 mobs, yep, there are 78 mobs for me to build, I'm going to need a lot of wool. I'm just now starting to realize how massive of a project this is. And I have this very small wool farm that realistically, it's just too slow. And this wool farm works really well if I just wanted light blue wool, which was great for this massive diamond. But considering I want every single color, and lots of it, I'm going to build a much bigger, better, and faster wool farm than I have ever built. And it doesn't involve sheep eating grass blocks, because they can actually eat something else to regrow their wool that lets this farm be so much more efficient, because you're not limited with the randomness of waiting for grass to spread. The farm can be built in 3 places: the nether, the end, or a mushroom biome. And considering I don't have a mushroom island for thousands of blocks near me, and the nether's kind of annoying because you can't place water, the end is the place that we're going to build this farm. I reckon this area will be ideal. There's just one issue. I'm somehow gonna have to get 2 sheep to the end. Yeah, this could definitely go wrong. Once I've got 2 there, I can basically breed as many as I want, so it won't be an issue then. But up until that point, I'm gonna need a load of leads and a victim. I mean a willing volunteer. Yeah, you are the willing volunteer. So I take a random red one as well. I feel like taking 2 at once is a bad idea. Oh, you want to come as well? Anybody else want to come? All right, we're taking 4. That means that even if 2 of them should perish... No, you're not coming as well, Mr. Villager, I'm afraid. No, you stay here. But yeah, if 2 of them don't make it, I've still got 2 left in the bank. My goodness, you 2 didn't even make it up the stairs. How are you ever going to survive this journey? And now I just need you guys to go through this nether portal. Come on. No need to be sheepish. I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist making that joke. I seem to have got an extra passenger, guys, but which one is the imposter? Are you riding the ship? What are you doing? Get out of here. Through here you go. And now for the moment of truth. How many have survived the journey? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so far so good. Now I just need to get you all up there. I'm going to attempt this with boats. We're going to go for a bit of a glide. Come on, guys. All right, one wrong move and you are both toast. My thinking is if I do something like this, the lead... They're still attached. We can make this. We can make this. You're not going to make it. No, they didn't make it. Wait, are we still got them? They're still alive. Please make it over here. Please. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes, welcome to safe land. Now I've just got to get you out of the boat without killing you. Grab these guys, which I've also safely got across. I guess miracles do. Where is the other sheep? I seriously thought you'd walked off on your own. What are you doing? Are you stuck? You are so stupid. Seriously, it's a good job I'm here to save you. Guys, don't go down there. Even the villagers weren't this stupid when I took them across. Oh no, it's broken again? Never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to use crafting tables to make the floor a bit safer. It actually looks kind of cool. And then can you fit in? Oh, you're not meant to go in this one anyway. You're meant to go in the one over there, aren't you? Right, this way, fellas. I should probably watch where I'm going. Can you go through this now? Yeah, that's... How did you just walk through it? There we go. Don't go back. Stay. I seriously do not believe this. I don't know where one of the sheep is, but 3 is pretty good. No, wait. No! He didn't survive. Oh, no way. He literally fell at the final hurdle. He was so close. R.I.P. little sheep. You may be gone, but you are never forgotten. Oh my goodness. I was just putting him in here and somehow... No. No. Are you kidding me? I was just trying to put him in a safe place. And now I have to go back, get another one, and drop him in the void, sadly. And myself. Okay, SB, don't be taking damage. And this time getting him across has been successful. So, I can keep breeding sheep to my heart's content. Yeah, 3 down, many more to go. And in the meantime, I'm going to grab every single one of the needed redstone items to build this farm. Right there is every single item. And now building can commence right about here. I'm starting off with the auto storage, which is going to sort out the 16 different colors of wool. And then right here is where the main build is going to be. I also need to make sure I keep breeding more sheep. We're going to need 160 in total. And this is probably a good time for me to actually explain how this farm works. You see, whilst everybody knows that sheep can eat grass blocks, not everybody knows that sheep can also eat the actual grass itself to regrow their wool. And in the end, nether, and mushroom biomes, only grass can grow when you bone meal a grass block. There's no such thing as flowers in these biomes. So, instead of having to wait for the grass to spread, you can just bone meal it every time it's broken, which is what this dispenser will do. I hope that made sense. Just wait till you see it in action. Let's also get this sheep released because I need to get breeding plenty more. This hopper system is what is going to be used to fill up the dispensers with bone meal, which is why I've got water to push it along. And these dispensers are going to have shears in them, which is what will get me the wool, and this water stream will let me refill those. The slabs are just here temporarily because I'm going to have the sheep trapped in blocks so that they're all going to be in here and can't move side to side. And there's going to be 10 in each space, one for each color. It's going to look great. Hopefully it's going to work great as well. And I can't really build too much more until I've got all of the needed sheep. I have to say, all these endermen are really starting to become annoying, but there's now actually a way for me to stop them from spawning. And yes, one of the sheep accidentally died. I'm very sorry to report that. But yeah, the reason you can now make a mob switch for anywhere in the end is because ender pearls now load chunks. So by grabbing a few materials, I can then fly to this little mob switch that I have in the main area of the end. Loads of villagers that can't despawn, but they are still taking up the mob cap. I'll just break a bunch of ice to create little ender pearl stasis chamber. And now, thanks to these guys, no mobs can spawn and the chunks will still be loaded when I'm through here. Yeah, there's loads of endermen, but if I fly away, all the endermen will despawn behind me. And when I return, there's none left except for this guy who's a persistent mob because he's holding a block. But if I... well, I guess... oh, he's a survivor, eh? Just kidding, you're not. That's him dealt with. And I think that pretty much means as well that this farm will work even if I'm not in the area. I can just load it with ender pearls. And for grass to spread, a player needs to be nearby. But when you're using bone meal to do it, you don't need a player at all. Yeah, in my opinion, it's a very, very cool concept for a farm. And speaking of cool concepts, the actual design for this farm was originally by Mooing Cow Milk. It's a 2-year-old video, but it only has 305 views, and it deserves way, way more because I've never seen a concept like it before. So all I can say is I'm glad I found it. I'm going to make 16 pens, one for each color, and in the meantime, I can be breeding more and more sheep too. Every single one of these hoppers is now set up with filters, so the correct items will go in. Obviously, I'll actually need sheep for it to work, and we're starting to get organized with that. I'm just going to keep breeding them and moving new ones to new pens. I've got all of the dyes needed right here. It really is just a case of waiting for the breeding cooldown to end, and then as we get new sheep, I can move them to new pens and dye them a specific color. And I should probably use all of the wheat that I have back at home to accelerate the growth of the sheep so that I can breed new ones much, much faster. And that is officially 2 of every coloured sheep in each pen, which means the next part is pretty straightforward and easy. I've just got to get busy breeding away. And at this point, I think we've got enough sheep. We've had a little bit of cross-contamination here, as you can see. Different colours in the wrong place. But yeah, all of them have been bred. And so now the next phase can begin, which is to get them into each slot. I've built a nice little staircase upwards, and then he's got to go into this little slot. Then I can repeat that over and over again with more sheep. And with all of them now in, I can place a glass block and push that into the sheep. And that serves 2 purposes. It means that the sheep won't be able to move to the side. And when grass grows on this dirt block, it will only be 1 block tall. And that's because sheep can't eat double high grass. They can only do it when it's 1 block. And now I can start moving the next batch of sheep into this spot. And at long last, that is all of the sheep in. I'll push the final bits of glass into position. Remove this slab, which shouldn't cause any issues. Perfect. We can put that back. And it is ready. Putting grass blocks here means that the grass has a chance to spread downwards. Just in case it breaks, but once it's up and running, it never should. And I bred so many sheep that I actually managed to get 24 in each slot. So this is going to be working very, very fast. But before it can be working, I need to remove all of these fences and then load all of these dispensers with bone meal. Although to do that, I'm going to need to nip home to grab a load more bones. Then with all of these successfully loaded up, I can actually chuck more bone meal along here, which the hoppers should pick up. Fantastic. And then it is Operation Add the Shears. For now, I'm just going to put 1 inside each dispenser. And when I flick this upwards, it should shear them. The only issue now is that the items get stuck here. I need to also add the water. So I'll just go like that. And the farm, once I flick up every single lever, it's officially done. You can see all the wool going along, ladies and gentlemen, as the sheep get sheared. Oh, it's fabulous. And this is only the beginning, because as you can see, lots of the sheep already have their wool. So first things first, I need to get all of them sheared like this. I can use the F3 menu to see when it's turned to a grass block. Most of them have now either spreading to the side or from above. This one still needs to spread. When it does, the trapdoor will flick and it will get grass on it anyway. Although from my testing, sometimes the sheep are eating the grass faster than it can regenerate. I think I'm going to get rid of a few of them. This is going to be done with extreme care. But I'm going to remove 10 from each slot. I've filled it all up with a load of shears, as you can see. Actually, way too... They've all gone down there. Maybe I got a little bit too carried away with putting them all in. I've definitely maxed out the storage. They'll just have to be lost forever. And this really is now working at a great speed. Just look at all the wool that it's producing. And for the speed of it, it's so small. Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Wool is coming in nicely. And less sheep does seem to make it more consistent in keeping the grass blocks as grass blocks and not dirt. So I'm going to keep an eye on this farm, let it run for a little bit, and then see what the end results are. The farm has been flowing nicely. Wool supplies, as you can see, are pretty good. And so I'm going to head back through this portal and build 3 other OG Minecraft mobs. The cow, the pig, and the sheep. I've gathered up every single needed item, so I'm going to get busy and get to work building these up. Perfect. I tell you what, it's really starting to look a lot better with a few extra mobs knocking about, isn't it? Just look at them. The OGs are all in town. And next I want to add the other farm-like mobs, so your donkeys, your horses, your mules, your llamas. I'll even throw a goat in there as well, and because I'm building all the horse types, I'll get a skeleton horse in there, and because I've done a cow now, I'm going to build a mushroom as well. I can't wait to build them, but there is one issue. Thanks to the sheep farm, I've got all the wool that I need. Thanks to my concrete factory, I've got all of the concrete I could ever need. But as for terracotta, yeah, it's not doing as well. I can actually take clay and smelt it, and I do have a farm for that, which is right here. It basically turns dirt into mud and then into clay with the dripstone. It works well, but I do think that there's a faster way to get a load of terracotta. And that is to grab a load of shulker boxes for storage, and then to head to a very specific place. And that is the Badlands. Yes, the Badlands is exactly where you want to be. Plus, thanks to this haste beacon that I put there thousands of days earlier, I can mine terracotta really, really fast. Just look at that. Insta-mining all of it. Already, I've filled up one of them, and my goal is to fill up every single one. Who'd have thought that to build every single mob, you've got to destroy an entire mesa? And there you have it. I've filled up every single one of these. I also sadly did break my silk touch pickaxe, so I've got the fortune one. I'll just have to get another one. These shulker boxes hold almost all of the items needed to do the next builds. But I do need 2,400 brown wool, which is 38 stacks. As you can see, I've got a decent amount here. But don't you worry, because I also put ender pearls at this farm so that it would always be running, even without me in the area. So don't you worry, all the wool that I need is right here, and I can get busy and get to work building the next 7 mobs, starting with the llama. And I'm going to do a trader llama, so I'll get straight to work. And it is done. That brings me to 11 mobs in total. It's starting to look really, really nice here, isn't it? Just 67 to go. Yeah, this is going to be a massive project. And speaking of massive, I thought the next mob I could do is the most dangerous mob in Minecraft, the Warden. And I thought it'd be even cooler if I made a giant version of him climbing out of the water to make it look really dynamic and exciting. But with that said, such a project is going to take a lot of resources. And it's not just going to mainly involve wool and concrete like usual, oh no. Instead, he's going to be built using other cool blocks such as skulk, warped planks, and prismarine. As far as the skulk goes, I need an entire shulker box plus 2 stacks, so I'm going to start things off by heading to the end, then disabling the chunk loader that's loading the mob switch, so that I can use the skulk farm. I think I've been here long enough now, and there's plenty more skulk. I've also modified the redstone so that these dispensers are currently going off, but they only use up any durability or bone meal when they need to. And I've added more grass blocks so that if any do accidentally turn to dirt, it won't be a problem. But the chance of them turn to dirt now is way, way lower as well. Which is good because any dirt can only turn back to grass when I'm in the area. When I'm just loading them with ender pearls, it's just better if they don't turn to dirt in the first place. So this should stop that. And as you can see, it's bringing in wool nicely, which is good because to actually build this warden, I'm going to need about 4 shulker boxes worth of black wool. The farm shouldn't take too long to get me that, but if it does, I've also got all of this string here turning into wool with these 2 auto crafters and going into this chest. So at any point, I can just take all the wool, grab a load of ink sacks. I've got loads of these thanks to a squid farm. And then if I want, I can make my own black wool. And if you didn't believe me about having loads of ink sacks, yep, they're all in this chest. Oh, and I just opened this chest. I didn't realize there were loads there as well. You know what, guys? I am completely now overrun. Far too many squids have had to die for that collection. I'm also going to need a lot of dark prismarine, so I've come to the Guardian farm to get plenty more shards that can then be crafted across. And with that, I've pretty much got every single item that I need except for the 4.5 shulker boxes of black wool. Some of it I have in my storage. Some of it is being steadily produced in the background at this wool farm. And the rest of it I can very, very easily craft thanks to all of this string getting turned into wool. And that is officially everything. It's nicely laid out in these shulker boxes. It's going to be quite the project to build this. But you know me, I'm always up for a challenge. And not only am I going to build this statue, as I said earlier, I'm going to put a warden inside of it. So yeah, building is probably the easy part. Getting the warden in, well, that is probably going to be a lot more tricky. But I'm not going to worry about that for now. Right now, the main project is to get this warden statue done. And with that, the mammoth task is now done. And doesn't it just look absolutely amazing? He's climbing out of the water, ready to attack. Yeah, these guys had better watch out. And speaking of these guys, I think the old trader llama kind of needs a wandering trader to go right next to him, right about here. So I'm going to grab the needed blocks and get it built. There we go. The 13th mob is now added to the collection. And I also forgot, I need to add the warden. There can be no chickening out here. And I'm not going to add just one warden. No, this is a pretty big area. So I'm going to try and add 10 of them. Yeah, this could definitely go wrong. To begin with, I'm going to grab some skulk and cover this entire floor because this is where the wardens are going to go. And the method that I'm going to use to get these guys into here is by using a nether portal. So the plan is to lure wardens this way and into here, which will connect them to this section, and they should just fall down. Seems simple enough. What could possibly go wrong? Well, actually, I'll tell you what could go wrong. Absolutely everything, which is why I've prepared for every single occasion, okay? No wardens are going to take me out with all these god apples and all of these totems. You can't be too careful when you're on day 9,700 of a hardcore world. Now, the best place to get wardens from is behind this portal, and I created a system here using pressure plates and note blocks that will make a warden follow it along. It should work perfectly. Yep, the warden will spawn right here. And realistically, I need to grab a bit of grey wool. It's just going to make things easier. And then I'm going to place down carpets everywhere. I don't know if you realize this, guys, but I'm kind of just making this up as I go along. Now, by my calculations, the only place a warden can spawn is right on these 2 blocks. Or over there, apparently. Yeah, maybe I should have counted an extra block across. Alrighty, guys. We messed up. This is fine. We just have to lure him through the portal. What could possibly go wrong? That's it, bro. This way. I'm over here. What if I break this? You gonna hear me? That's it. Come on. Through. Yes. Okay. Somehow we made that work. It really does take an idiot to not properly spawn-proof it so that wardens can't spawn. Yeah, that's honestly basics. I can't believe I failed there. Anyway, now the only place they can spawn is these 2 blocks, but I'm going to head through here to meet the next one. There we go. No, sir, you didn't hear me. No. That's why you're over there, and I am on this side. That's why we had the wall, ladies and gentlemen. And that's also why we have so many totems. Now, I do have to get over there and name tag him. What could possibly go wrong? Is he really angry at me? Okay, angry enough to do that, I see, sir. All right, can we talk about this? Clearly not. He's not in the mood for that. Okay, I need to... I don't know what I need to do here. I need to gapple up for a start, don't I? All right, here we go. We're just going to have to take the hit, okay? We're going to get hit. And we've done it. We've done it. Okay, okay. And we didn't even have to pop a totem. All right. Good news, SB. Well played. And you're not be able to see it, but that piston has just closed him in. He's going to try and attack me again. Don't get hit, SB. You've only just healed up. Oh, my goodness. All things considered, this is not going as bad as I thought it was going to. Thank goodness SB737 of the past put these walls here. Otherwise, we probably would have been in much, much bigger trouble. It's about 1,000 blocks in that direction to get him back. Yeah, this is going to take some time. Is there any chance you could speed up? I should give him swiftness, shouldn't I? That'd really make it quicker. Wait, did you forget you were angry at me? Sir, you think you could just... What on earth is going on here? That's it. Get angry. Get smacked in the face a few times. That'll wake you up. Maybe I woke him up a little too much, guys. He doesn't seem too happy. Now, I don't want to panic anyone, but we're starting to see signs of civilization up ahead, which means the walls are going to end, and I'm going to be up against it, against this warden. Me versus him. I'd better gapple up. All right, mate. This is what you wanted. You're about to be free. My biggest question is, can he walk over railway? Yep, he doesn't care about that. Some mobs really can't do that, and I don't know why. And now, okay, there's a little bit of darkness. I've got to be somehow very skillful and get him in the portal. Yeah, I didn't think this through, did I? That's it. Follow me. Follow me. Okay, I don't know where he... Oh, no! Please go through. Please go through. He went. Oh, that was way, way, way too stressful. But hey, look at this. We have successfully trapped him. I can't see him. He's there. Okay, and he's attacking me. Let's not. Okay, well, we just popped a totem. Understandable, don't worry. We've got plenty more where that came from. But perhaps checking on the warden every single time is a little bit unnecessary. And so, with that one warden down and out the way, it is now time to get the next 9 and hopefully not die. And that is the final warden in. Thank goodness for that. Only used about 60 million totems in the process. I'm going to quickly get all of these placed back. Turned out I didn't really need them. Yeah, totems are just ridiculous OP in Minecraft, aren't they? Maybe I should have a world where I don't use them at all. Although then I'd probably die because, yeah, I'm way too reckless with totems. Anyway, I'm going to go and check on these wardens. And there's loads of them down there. I can see some in the portal. And the inside of the head is teeming with them as well. I think I somehow need to spleef them. I'm not sure how this is going to work without me dying, though. I've got to break obsidian before they get my... Okay, hold on. It worked. It worked with one of them anyway. Have they both fallen down? They have. Oh, fantastic. Right. Just get rid of the portal, SB. Without dying, preferably. I feel like I'm going to die here, aren't I? Yeah, let's just not let it happen. Wardens truly are so annoying. Can I get... Okay, well, this is getting a little hairy now. And another totem gone. Don't worry, though. It's not like I'm in short supply. I'd rather not be using up loads of them if I can help it, though. But I guess if I want to get rid of the obsidian, it might be the only way. I'm getting so close, guys. Oh, there goes another totem. And you know what? I'm just going to get rid of the rest later when they've all calmed down. I'm popping way too many totems, and if they're all not angry at me, it'll just be so much easier. Instead, to go with the wandering trader, I'm going to build a villager. There's absolutely everything that I need. The villager is going to be right here. So I'm going to get this thing built, and it's going to be easier than the wandering trader. And that is the villager done. And what is a villager if there is no pillagers? That's what I say. So I'm going to add 4 of them behind him just to make him a little nervous. You know what? His eyes look cool. But as a nice little extra touch, I'm going to give him emerald eyes. Yeah, this is a money-hungry villager. Now, he just looks a lot happier, doesn't he? But anyway, time to gather up every single item for these pillagers. Once again, I've got it all. So building can commence, starting with the evoker. Perfect. All of these also now done. And alongside the pillagers, we're also going to add a Ravager. And who's going to protect the villager from the Ravager? An Iron Golem. And then we'll have a Snow Golem because we'll just do both Golems at the same time. And all three of these mobs are absolutely massive, so they're going to take quite a lot more blocks than the other ones. But not to worry, because I have everything that I need to accomplish these builds. I don't know what takes longer, building the mobs or collecting up all the items, but I've got them all here right now. This is where the Ravager's going to go. The Iron Golem's going to go over there. Snow Golem here. I'm going to get to work. And with that done, I'm now going to grab the materials for all of the remaining hostile mobs. That's 13 that I'm going to do in total. There's some I've not included in that because I've grouped them into other areas, like Endermen are in the end category that I'm going to build. And I put Silverfish in there as well because they're in the stronghold. Yeah, don't ask how I'm categorizing it. Just know that I'm building every single mob. You don't have to worry about the order I do them in. Let me worry about that. I just have to make sure I get all the needed stuff. And with that, I can begin building the next 13 mobs. But in the meantime, I think the wardens have calmed down a little bit. Yeah, not so angry about me now, are we? So, I can continue bit by bit being getting rid of the obsidian. Now, it's all gone, and the building of the next 13 mobs can commence, starting with the creeper. I have to say, it is really starting to come together. It's starting to look like I have a lot of mobs, but I've actually only done 34. Technically, I'm not even halfway. And for the next one, I'm going to build a giant sniffer over there, and I actually want to fill it with sniffers as well. I just think that would be a really cool concept. To do that, I'm going to need a lot of torch flower seeds. Thankfully, I have a bunch, and I can get eggs by breeding some together. I actually thought that was a player down there, then I just realized, yeah, it's a pigman wearing an elytra. But yeah, I'm also going to breed some of these sniffers together. And 2 eggs is probably a good place to get the initial ball rolling, but before I can even go down that route, I need to actually build the sniffer, which means grabbing everything, and then I can get to work. Operation Sniffer is also complete. I've got some eggs in the bundle right here, so I'm going to break my way in safely through this wool. And for now, I'll have 2 sniffer eggs right here. They won't hatch quite as fast as they would if they were on moss blocks, but because I'm going to be in the area, it doesn't really matter. They'll hatch in due time, and once they do, I'll breed more and just end up with loads and loads of sniffers inside of him. But doesn't he look very cool? And I just love looking at all this. I really do think the mob collection, it's not even half done, guys. That's the crazy part. Not even halfway there. Once it's finished, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to now move on to the nether mobs. There's 10 of these in total. You guys know the score. Quite a lot of red and orange blocks needed this time, incidentally. So I shall grab absolutely everything, and then I can build these ones, starting with the Strider. This ghast was absolutely massive. It had to be a lot bigger so that it was in proportion to all the other mobs. But just look at it. Look how cool the area is. And we're now past halfway with 45 out of 78 mobs. Right here, I want to do the 4 end mobs. So that's a shulker, enderman, endermite, and silverfish. It doesn't take very many blocks. And I'm going to start off with the endermite. Perfect. That brings me up to 49 out of 78 mobs now. And there's a bunch of small flying mobs that I want to add, such as the bat, the bee, the allay, and the vex. And kind of on theme, there's loads of aquatic mobs as well. We've got the fish, we've got the dolphins, turtles, loads and loads of ones like that also need adding. Yeah, we need to get some squid on there. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't know if I'm going to keep going backwards, or maybe I might add some around here. There's a bit more space, perhaps past the sniffer. Yeah, I'm not sure. All I do know is we are closing in on getting more and more of this done, which is very, very exciting. I think over here, I also put some torchflower seeds in the barrel. Look at that. What a memory. So let's go ahead, feed these guys up. Yeah, come on, guys. How slow are you? Anyway, 20 million years later. I guess these guys are prehistoric. They're not in a rush to do anything. They've been around for millions of years. Oh, we've got a pitcher pod as well. Don't really care about those. I've also run out of rockets, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I've got none in there either. Well, good job. We have a shulker box of paper and also of gunpowder, so I can very quickly craft a load more. And they've only gone and sniffed me another torchflower seed as well. That'll come in handy for breeding down the line. In fact, before I forget, I'm actually going to go and head to the torchflower farm over here that I've got sniffers. The unlucky sniffers that just have to live in that box for all eternity. Yeah, I'm going to head over here, grab a couple more, and get yet another egg. Did we successfully pick it up? We did. These are going to get placed in the giant sniffer, which I'm fairly confident is going to have some actual sniffers in it now. I think the other one... Okay, this is probably not the best way to go in, but you know what? We've come this far. Yes, we've got some little snifflets. Hello, guys. Well, there's going to be more eggs to hatch. They haven't yet grown up. Soon we'll have 4 sniffers. Hopefully, eventually, we have hundreds of them in here. It's one of those things that at first, the breeding process is kind of slow, but once it gets going, it's going to really get started. Also, these extra torchflower seeds, they can... You know, I should put more of them in the bundle, really. Operation Sniffer is definitely a massive priority. And Operation Top Up the Paper. And I guess I could have this all actually craft a load more while I'm here as well. And why is there a pig in the water? Where have you come from? Has he come from that portal? How have you done this, sir? Anyway, I'm getting distracted by sniffers, pigs, paper, sugar cane, you name it. Apparently, I'll get distracted by it. So instead, I shall focus on getting all of the needed materials for the next batch of mobs, which is the flying mobs and also the aquatic ones. Everything that I need is right here, and I've also decided, as I fly through this blizzard, and now through the rain, but yeah, I've also decided, alongside the mobs that I've just mentioned, I'm also going to do the cat, dog, and parrot, which are kind of like the pet mobs that I haven't yet done. So, I'm going to start off with the bat, and I'm going to be building loads of the mobs along there as well, behind all of these ones. So yeah, I will get to work. And with that, I have now done 64 mobs in total. Yes, I officially have a stack of mobs here. So pretty much all the aquatic ones are done. We've got a load of flying ones here as well. But there is still 14 to go, such as the frog and the turtle, which you could probably say both of them are kind of aquatic mobs, I suppose. And there's quite a few other overworld mobs that I'm missing as well, such as the polar bear, the panda, the armadillo, the rabbit, the fox, all these little mobs that I can't believe I've not got to yet, but they need to be added. And then I'll soon be at ones like the creaking and the breeze, which, let me tell you, are going to look very, very cool. The elder guardian and the wither are going to be pretty massive, and the ender dragon... It's going to be epic. Can't wait to get to those. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on the materials for the next 11 mobs. And then I will be left with those 3 bosses. The Elder Guardian, the Wither, and the Ender Dragon. This is all looking very, very good. And whilst I've got these torchflower seeds, I'll also make sure to get an extra sniffer egg. Actually, I can get quite a few extra ones. Because 2 of the ones inside the giant sniffer have grown up as well. Yeah, this place is very soon gonna be thriving. But I'm not going to worry about that. Instead, I'm going to build another 11 mobs, starting off with the camel. And that is mob number 75 now done. I especially like the creaking. He looks very, very cool over there. You know, mate, over here, not too far away from you, there's actually, yeah, thousands of these. Well, literally 1,000 creaking there. Yeah, we're gonna leave them all behind though. And whilst this massive mob collection, it's looking great, there is one massive issue. I've got the 3 boss mobs left to complete. Now, the Wither, he's going to go somewhere over there. He's not going to be too bad. He's not massive. The Elder Guardian, he's just going to be quite a bit bigger than the normal Guardian, as you'd expect. He's going to go over there. Also, not a major issue. The biggest issue here is the Ender Dragon. I'm going to have him flying over all of the mobs. It's going to look amazing, but it's going to require so many blocks. Thousands and thousands of thousands. But it's almost like the icing on the cake. I've got to get this final mob right. I also apparently must have been too far away for these guys to grow. Unless they've only just hatched and grown. And yeah, okay. They've probably not had time to grow yet, actually. But yeah, I put so much work into this already. The priority has to be to finish it off. Make it look as amazing as possible. I dare say the dragon's going to be even cooler than the Warden. They're not going to be a million miles of difference in size. It's just going to round everything off brilliantly. This has taken me weeks to do this project, by the way. But with that said, I am going to grab all of the remaining blocks that I need for the final time. Well, I wasn't joking when I said I need a lot of blocks. I'm still a little bit short on blocks of coal. They're just so time-consuming to get from the fortress farm. Thankfully, I have a good one. I had quite a lot left over from the world's largest mansion that I built as well. And my plan to begin with is to start off with the Wither, which I'm going to build here above the Hoglin. The Wither's the easiest one, which is why I'm just going to do that first. As I'm building it, it feels like it's a fairly big mob, but then when you compare it to the ones that I'm about to build, it's not that massive at all. Already, I'm onto the heads. This is the main one in the middle, and there's 2 smaller ones on either side. And with that, Operation Build a Wither is complete. He looks pretty good there, doesn't he? And I'm hoping that building that lets me just slightly condense the amount of sugar boxes that I need. Although realistically, there is still so many. So in order to further condense down all the materials I'm having to carry, I'm now going to build an Elder Guardian. And there you have it. 77 out of 78 mobs completed. Which means that all that's left for me to do now is to build this massive Ender Dragon in the sky. Although before that, as I said, I don't quite have all the coal blocks that I need. Which is why we're going to head to the fortress farm that I've got, which produces so many resources extremely fast. And as you can see, I've been throwing away extra materials. Ain't no need for gold and rotten flesh. No, we're bothered about the coal that goes in the crafter and then into here for coal blocks. We also have a lot of spare with the skeleton tools. I mean, look at all of these here, guys. But yeah, this works by me just simply standing here, taking out the mobs that are coming through at a pretty quick pace. They're basically spawning on, you can't see it, underneath the bedrock. They're spawning, they're going into portals, and then they're coming through this side. And then as the coal comes through the system, it goes to this crafter and we start getting coal blocks. I'm about 5 or 6 stacks short of what I need, which isn't going to take too long, especially thanks to looting through on my sword. So I'm going to get busy and get collecting. I've been here long enough and I've got all of the coal blocks that I need. And now Operation Build an Entire Ender Dragon can now commence. And at long last, the Ender Dragon is done. Oh my goodness, this build is incredible. Just look at the size of it. It's huge. It kind of makes the Warden look tiny, doesn't it? Look at it. It is just amazing. I love the way that it's just flying over all of the other mobs as well. The OG boss. Just look at it. I mean, the Elder Guardian looks great. I think the whole place just looks amazing. This is actually one of the coolest projects I think I've done. It was way bigger than I thought it was going to be. But it looks so amazing. A lot of these I've designed myself, but some of them I've also used online designs. Zu-Wii-Mama and Boscawinks both have amazing designs of a lot of the mobs that I've been able to use, but some mobs have never been built by anyone and just had to completely design them myself. So it's been very cool. And if you'd now like to watch a video where I build the world's largest mansion in Minecraft, yes, this absolutely huge building. I need to tidy up them shulker boxes, don't I? But yeah, you can click the video that is currently on your screen.